Ordinary God, Ordinary People podcast. I'm Ashlyn Everard, and I am joined on Zoom today with my little cousin Julia Register. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me. I'm really excited.
You're welcome. So I always start one of these off with a icebreaker question. I know
hmm
you're a chicken nuggets girl. We were talking off camera, but we went with
hmm
coffee instead. So what is the best coffee shop in your little college town in Georgia?
So I live like North Georgia, and there's like many of these like around, but it's called Farmhouse, and it is so good. Like when I tell you, like they know me by name there. They know what I get every single time when I walk in. I'm friends with the baristas now because I go there every day. They invited me to their church, and I go to church with the baristas there. Like I go to their small group now because I went to that coffee shop like so much.
What is your go-to order?
So I get honey, cinnamon, and hazelnut. It's
Ooh.
so good. Like so good.
That sounds amazing. Okay.
hmm
So between you and Jordan, I have to go now to Georgia and get your coffee orders.
Where did she say?
Oh, she said, oh, it was some small one in Rome. I forget what she said,
Mm.
but she said it was one of the best coffees she's ever had.
I live like an hour from her.
Wait,
So
no
like
way.
we were gonna do a day where I went and stayed with her and like
Oh,
we went around Rome, but then it never worked out because she got sick and then I got so busy.
sounds about right. Sounds about right
Mhm.
with college and life.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Unfortunately. But thank you again for coming on. I know your story a little bit, not in college aspect in high school, but let's start with childhood, Julia. Let's start back in childhood, Oviedo, Florida. Can you tell me a little bit about that and how you were raised?
I was raised in a very loving family with my mom and dad and sister. I'm the youngest and family on my dad's side. Youngest in the youngest in the family on my mom's side. I'm one of the oldest, but I've always been like the youngest growing up. Um, so that's fun. Love being the youngest. But I always was raised in a Christian family, so I was always surrounded by God and like surrounded by a family who loved God. But I think I didn't fully understand what loving God was until I finally was on my own. Because I feel like growing up, when you're surrounded by faith, you know what God is, but like you didn't find it on your own. It's something that you were raised into, and it's such a blessing to be raised into something like that. But I think building your own connection with God takes like the steps of like disconnecting yourself and like finally like seeing Him for what He does in your life.
And I fully resonate with that. I've talked to so many people on this podcast, and everyone kind of has been the same way. It wasn't
Mhm.
until they were at a certain point or something happened in their life that they were like, wait, I was just kind of
Mhm.
told about this. I learned Bible verses, I memorized them, I knew who Jesus was, and I felt like I understood. But until you're older and you're kind of put into a situation, was
Mhm.
that college for you, or was there another time before that that you felt like that was kind of the turning point?
I would say it was definitely college because I moved to a place where I knew no one. And I felt like really alone and really isolated. And of course, like I joined a sorority, I found some of my best friends there, and like my program's so nice, but like still like finding a community because like St. Luke's was such a community for me, and I felt like home whenever I walk into that church. Like people know me and recognize me, and like they've seen me grow up, but like going to a new place, it's like I don't have that anymore. And I felt like something was missing when I moved. And I started going to church and I was like, this is what was missing, but there's a whole new meaning to it now.
What was that turning
Mhm.
point for you? Like, what was it, a sermon, or was it just kind of, this is what I knew I grew up with, but now I
Mhm.
understand it on a higher level because I am older?
I think it was more of I'm older and more of like I've faced like many medical issues, like medical health issues in the past few years. And when I first moved to college, I got a cyst on my ovary. And like that was like a oof, hard awakening. And then my foot was hurting me again. And then I got into a car accident and fractured my knee in that first year of college. And, no, yeah. Everyone's like, we gotta rap for a bubble
I
wrap.
had no idea any of this happened. Oh my
No
god.
one did because like I was so like quiet about it. Like I did not tell the soul. Like everyone knows about my ankle surgery because I was like blasted everywhere. But
Social
everything else was like
media.
no, literally Facebook everywhere.
Thanks, mom and dad. Thank you.
No, literally, they were like posting I was like fresh out of recovery on anesthesia, like crying, and they're on Facebook. They're like, "Look at Julia," and I was like,
She's
I was like
great.
dying, sending pictures to my friends on Snapchat. Nope, she's awake.
She survived. Okay.
No, literally, that's how people know I made it through.
At least
Few
they love you and
complications.
they care for you, but like, yeah,
Yeah.
I've been the same way. I've been like, excuse me, like I don't even know what's going on or what planet I'm on.
No, literally. Like I'm trying to like grasp reality right now and you're like snapping pictures with me. They were good about it though.
Okay, good.
But everyone knows about the surgery because of like
That.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I feel like college was the same way for me because in high school it kind of not my faith took a dip, but I understood you're in private school, or at least I was in private school for my entire life, and then I get thrown into public school and you're telling me all of this other stuff is happening and I have
Mhm.
absolutely no idea what world I'm living in. And it's so easy to kind of conform to your surroundings and the people that you surround yourself with. And so I
Mhm.
really commend you going into college, surrounding yourself with the people and the baristas and the community and your sorority.
Mhm.
Again, congratulations. You are the new president of your sorority, which is so exciting.
Thank you.
Do you want to talk a little bit about that and what that's meant for you?
Yeah. I really love my sorority with my entire heart. I go to a really tiny private school and there's only 17 girls in my sorority, which is like crazy. But these girls are like my ride or die best friends in like this entire world. Like I genuinely don't know where I would be in my life without them. And it just so happens that we're all very strong in our faith. So, yeah, 17 girls strong in our faith. We all like share the same values and like we all have such big hearts and it's just like so nice to just be surrounded by this like amazing group of girls every day because it personally inspires me to be a better person, but it also being president now, it inspires me to help people more because like what do you mean I'm president of like all these amazing girls? Like it's not like a leadership thing, it's more of like I get to like really be a part of this big group and like I don't think of it as like a higher up role. I think of it more as like a group role because we're just so close and like to know I can help these girls and they also help me. Like there's no way I could do anything on my own without them. That's
That's
really
such
sweet.
an answered prayer. Like I've talked so much about community and just
Mhm.
in my podcast episode, like how much they helped me through my mental health journey. And I
Mhm.
truly don't believe I would be where I'm at or even here still if it wasn't for them. And so to
Mhm.
hear just 17 girls on fire for Jesus, do you all live in the same house?
Some of us do, some of us don't.
But that's
Some majority
awesome.
do.
So you
Yeah.
guys just get to wake up and just get to hang out every single day together.
No, literally, I walk into the living room, they're all there, and I'm like, oh, hi, wanna watch Bridgerton now? Like,
That's
that's our newest,
amazing.
like, thing. We watch new TV shows. Right now, it's Bridgerton.
Okay, I've never seen Bridgerton. I
So,
know. I know.
mhm.
Come at me
Yeah.
later. So what's your favorite TV show that you guys watched?
That we've watched. And Practical Jokers is always on in our house. So I would have to say that just because, like, that's just, like, a typical thing. Like,
That
walk into the living room, what are we gonna watch? Impractical Jokers.
it you can kind of do homework in the background. Like, yes, I get it. I get
Mhm.
it.
And
I
like have conversations, but like if you want to watch, you can watch. Like it's a good like medium show.
yes, yes, I'm with you on that.
Mhm.
Do you go have like a Bible study within your chapter, or is it just more of you guys are all friends, you have those conversations, or do you go all to church together? Kind of walk me through what that looks like for you guys and all 17 of you, or just yourself.
Mhm. So some of us go to church together, but we all go. A lot of them live near the school. Me and one other girl, the only girls out of state.
No way.
Mm-hmm. So they all live so close by. So they usually go to their hometown churches with their families. But there's like a group of like six that go together, and like we've talked about going. Our school has like a young adults like program. So sometimes we went there. Like I was invited to sing there one time, but then I got sick. In my theater program, we have a Bible study, which is actually really sweet because like it's like this group of people because like we talked about this like in the arts and in theater we feel like some people shy away from their faith because of certain opinions. And that's something I struggled with in high school. Like, I was surrounded by people with differing opinions, and I never wanted to blast my opinions to make anybody uncomfortable or shy away from me or like feel like they can't like be friends with me because we have altering opinions. But coming into college and meeting this group of people that I'm like, wait, they're also strong in their faith and they do theater and they major in theater. Like, and like we all talked about it, and it's like, it's hard to be around people who view your ideas and faith and how you live your life in such a different light, but having a community of people who will like uplift you and help you because I personally do theater for God and I feel like we were all sent to do something for God and serve him in a certain way. And I do it because to know that I'm like making someone feel something and like showing people something, and like theater means so many different things to other people and it helps people escape. To know I can do that for other people and help them see things in a new light, that's what I think I was called for. And it's just like us putting our different perspectives of our faith into what we do. I just think that's so beautiful and like
No,
having that community.
that's amazing. I need to connect you with my friend Jenna. Did you meet her at the wedding?
I probably did. She had brown
Blonde
hair.
hair. She was one of my
Oh,
bridesmaids
I
with the
think so.
okay, cuz
I think so. Yeah.
she's in the Phoenix theater community
No
and
way.
yeah, majored in theater, and then her fiance now, they just got engaged, is an opera major and
No way.
the scores for the Christmas Carol and everything. And we had talked about because they actually we met here in Nashville, so they moved
Mm,
here, and then she was kind of traveling around this area. She was getting productions and plays, but they were paying for her
mm,
housing, so she was like, "Why would I pay to live somewhere that I'm not even living at this point?" So they
yeah.
moved back West Coast because that's where her parents and his family is from. But
Mm,
she was very, 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 very the same way of this is a very dark place with theater and with the arts.
mm,
And she goes, we would be at gay bars till 2 in the morning, and we would just be like, I don't know what I'm doing.
mm,
It's not that I want to love these people with all my heart and I want to hang out with them because I think that they're great friends and they're my castmates, but what am I doing? And is this truly what God has for me? But also, how can I reach these people if I don't also
mm,
have these conversations and have differing opinions? And so I need to connect you with
yeah.
her because I I don't know that kind of arts and that theater area, but
Mm,
just hearing other people in my life kind of talk about that, I feel like that's a occurring thing kind of across the board in the US,
mm,
which is really sad, but also like people like you need to be there,
yeah.
able to bring that light of Jesus. And I think that that's really beautiful what you said about how theater is how you serve God. Because like you said, we all serve God in different ways. And
Yeah.
my husband has been kind of teaching me on that as well, which is how everything has a purpose and you're nowhere without a reason. And I
Mhm.
think that that's something that I've been kind of holding on to, that God doesn't place things on your heart for no reason. There's a
Exactly.
purpose and a reason. And there's a purpose that
Mhm.
you're in Georgia. And there's a purpose that you're the president. And there's a purpose that you're in theater.
Mhm.
Are you working on any new plays, or are you in anything that you can kind of okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just got cast as the baker's wife in Into the Woods at my school. So I'm really excited for that, and it's gonna be like I believe in like God has a plan for everything, and like after this year, like I talked about like the car accident, the cyst, the surgery, like I was not able to perform one bit. Like I haven't been on stage in probably a year and a half due to my health. and it, like, became really, like, hard on my mental health, and I also struggle with mental health a lot, and I think that God has a plan for everything, and if I didn't trust God's plan, I don't really know where I'd be right now because there's so many unanswered prayers everywhere, but everything always ties together at the end, and I think it's so beautiful that when you're at the end of one chapter, you're like, oh, I see what you did there." Like, it doesn't make sense in the moment, but once you get to the end, you're like, "Oh, you were sneaky, God. Like, I see what you were doing there."
No, I'm with you on that, where you're like, why am I going through this hard thing?
Mhm.
What is the purpose? What is the plan? I trust you, Lord. And then you get to
Yeah.
the end and you're like, oh wait, like I can use this as a testimony. Like God
Mhm.
has been using this to test me in my faith. And that
Yeah.
I'm hoping that I'm passing. I think that I'm passing, but
Yeah.
I think that's amazing that you're gonna be finally back on stage.
I'm really excited, like,
When is
really,
the
really excited.
play? Is it in the spring?
Yeah, it's in the spring. It's April 10th through 18th.
That's so exciting. Are your
Mhm.
parents and Emma driving up?
Yeah. They're going to see it 4 times.
Let's go. As they
Yeah.
should. As they
Mhm.
should.
As they should.
As they
Mhm.
should.
They just bought their tickets last night because 'cause they're already starting to sell.
Let's
Like, it's
go.
crazy. Yeah.
Is Georgia a big theater like community up there, or is it more of just kind of the surrounding area that brings in the theater folks?
So I live an hour from Atlanta, so I would say my area is very, like, theater oriented and, like, the town I live in, everyone loves the arts, like, it's very, like, arts populated, and, like, I work box office for my theater company with my school because it's UNG and I go to Brenau, so it's
Okay.
both of them combined, so we call it the Gainesville Theater Alliance. And there's, like, so many people who have subscriptions, so they can see every single show that comes, like, we had to start, like, memberships because people wanted to see all the shows.
That's amazing.
Mhm.
Is that
So
why
it's
you went to
nice.
that school?
No, I actually had, like, no clue that it was such, like, a well, like, a good community for theater, like, I personally didn't know that. I went for the head of my program, his name is Steve, and he is, like, one of, like, the best people I've ever met. Like, genuinely, I can say that wholeheartedly, and I feel like anyone in my program can agree, like, he is, like, the best. Like, it's not just because of his experience, he worked on the West End his entire life, like, performing, choreographing, like, big career, but he, like, doesn't talk about it, like, randomly in class will be like, "Yeah, like, when I was in Shrek on the West End," and we're like,
You were there?
"You were there? Like, hello? Like, tell us more. Tell us more, we wanna know."
Wait, what?
Like, wait, like, keep spilling, like, he would show us videos, be like, "Oh, that's me," and we're like, "That's you?" It's like a random, like, lore drop, and we're like, "No, tell us
Tell us
more, like,
more. We
stop
want
class,
to
stop
see,
class."
please.
But no, truly, he's, like, the best, like, with my car accident, I fractured my knee, and I was in his dance class, and at first, I did not tell him. I did not tell him because I don't know why, I'm really stubborn in that way, but well, he knew I got into a car accident, but I was like, "I'm fine, like, I'm fine," and then I was dancing in class, and, like, I couldn't do it, and he kicked me out of class. And he was like, "You're not allowed to come back." Well, he didn't, like, kick me out, he was like, "No, like, stop, like, sit, you're
Something's
done."
wrong.
Mhm. And he was like, "You cannot come back until you get checked out." I was like, "Okay." Then I went to the doctor and I had a hairline fracture on my kneecap. And we're like, "Oh, so you were kinda right."
This is why I
And
couldn't do it. Okay.
just a bit, like, maybe you're onto something. But then I had to sit out, and then I g my mental health got really bad. I struggle with, depression, anxiety, ADHD, like, the bunch,
Yeah, I
and
get
my
you.
mhm, and it just made my depression really bad, and, like, it's something I've always struggled with, but, like, it got really bad after the accident because I got into the car accident 3rd day of rehearsals for my first show, my first college show. so I could not, like, do anything, and it, like, really weighed on my mental health, and, like, I did not tell him I was struggling, and he got mad at me because he thought, like, I wasn't trying anymore, like, my motivation was gone, like, he thought, like, I was genuinely, like, not putting work in anymore, and our like, it was just, like, weird between us, and then I finally sat him down, I was like, "This is what's going on." Once I told him, immediately there for me, like, immediately helping me, immediately, like, sitting down, like, asking me, like, what he can do for me, and, like, I've never been that vulnerable with a teacher and, like, let a teacher in, and, like, I got a 504 plan to help support me, and, like, I got so much support by him, and now, like, he is like, such, like, a father figure to me in, like, so many ways, and he's the same way with, like, a bunch of other students in the program because he's a girl dad, so he kinda already has that, like, maternal instincts
Mhm.
towards us, but, like, he's just so he cares for us so much, but he also cares for us to, like, be the best version of ourselves. So, like, any way he can help, he will, so I'm really
I think
grateful for
that's
him.
amazing. I think that everyone needs a teacher like that. Like I had a couple like that in college,
Mhm.
in journalism school, where it's like you know what it takes to
Mhm.
get there.
Yeah.
How can I kind of pick your brain, but then the fact that you still care about me as a person and see me as a human being, I think
Mhm.
means more to me than anything else. That you're not just giving me a grade, that you care about my mental health. You care about my
Mhm.
actual health. You care about
Mhm.
me and what I want to do in this field of theater. I think that's amazing.
Mhm.
Has he helped in getting other roles or kind of just, I would say, college right now?
He's helped me, he's helped me with roles, but he also when I had my surgery, I was on a knee scooter for, like, 2 months, and they cast me in the fall show,
Okay.
and he made me drop the show. Because he was like, "Julia, no. Julia, no. Like, you can't do that." And I was like, "No, but, like, I'll be healed by the time the show is." He was
I'll
like,
just
"Julia,
Uber
like."
in. I'll be fine.
No, literally, like, I'll be on my knee scooter and, like, learning how to walk, but I can still dance, like and he was like, "Juliet, no, you cannot." Like, he was like well, he said he was like, "Would you rather do something that may alter the rest of your career, like, worsen your injury, or focus on your recovery now and have your entire career to perform?" And I was like, "You're kinda on
Okay.
something, I guess, like, maybe you're right." And he was right. I went to go see the show, and I just finished physical therapy now, and the show was 4 weeks ago.
Yeah, no,
And I
he
saw the show, and I was like, "There's no way I could've done that. Like, there's no way I could have done that." And he was sitting behind me during the show, and during intermission, I was like, "Yeah, thank you." I was like, "Thank you so much."
like I got you.
Someone got me, and it's him.
He sounds very like an answered prayer as well in that theater
No,
program.
100%. Mhm.
Just caring for each individual, I think, is so special, especially
Mhm.
in such a small college as well. It
Mhm.
doesn't like even in a big university you can feel like you can get lost, but I even in small colleges I feel like people probably don't feel seen and can get
Yeah.
lost. So to have someone who's been there, has done that and that can understand what you guys are going through, I think is so amazing.
Mhm.
What would you say to someone who is in that art and that theater programs across the country that want to continue with their faith but don't really know and kind of feel isolated and or in a dark place with just what we've been talked about over this podcast?
I would say that don't shy away from what you believe in because you're scared of what other people think. I feel like that's so, like, counteractive to theater because we don't really care what other people think when we're on stage. It's like you're stepping into this version of yourself that you've created, and I think looking at that and stepping away and looking at you, the actor, the person, the human yourself, and looking at all the beautiful traits you possess that God has given you and your faith and everything that God has blessed you with and how you lead with your heart with God, I think you can then, like, really truly appreciate your faith, and shying away will not do anything for yourself or the people around you because you never know, maybe someone's feeling the exact same way as you, And then once you start embracing your faith, they're like, "Wait, like, I wanna do that." And then it's an answered prayer because that person will go to you. Like, that's how I felt. I saw this girl so strong in her faith, and I went up to her and I was like, "How? Like, how are you that, like, strong in such, like, not a harsh environment, but an environment where so many opinions differ and you don't wanna offend anybody?" Like, I feel like the same thing goes with politics. Like, I never want to, like, have my opinions offend anybody. Like, I everyone has their own beliefs, and I think that's so beautiful, and I think that's the way God made us to be, because if we all had the same minds and the same opinions and the same, like, ways of life, the world would be so boring, and, like, nothing would happen. If we all looked the same, the world would be so boring. Like, God made our minds and our bodies and our hearts so special and unique to us, and to not show it is not embracing God. So I feel like it, like, counteracts so much. So I just think be yourself and don't be afraid of what others might think or feel, because I feel like some people have interactions with Christians where it's, like, not healthy, and it alters their minds, and, like, how they grew up in the churches alters their minds because some churches aren't as welcoming to
Mhm.
certain people, so it makes them back away and they're like, "Oh, this person's Christian, like, they're gonna da 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 da," but that's not true at all. I think Christians are so kind and so loving and so welcoming, and if you want to get closer to God, like, talk to someone, don't be scared, and I feel like if someone sees, like, this person's so kind and welcoming, but they're also so loving in Christ and so, like, they fear God and, like, they're not scary, like, they're not gonna, like, pressure me to, like, do this and do that and, like, follow this strict way. I think that is, like, a community people want to start being involved in. So, I think it's
No,
just all
I
of that.
think I like backtracking to what you said at the beginning. I feel like everyone has a longing for
Mhm,
something, and our pastor yesterday said, like, people have this hole that's literally the size of God. That's all that they're longing for, and what they're missing a lot of times
mhm,
is they may have the wealth, they may have the family, they may have the Instagram followers, the influence that they
mhm,
wanted and what they dreamed of, but they still feel empty on the inside. And
mhm,
so even if you're just a bright light to someone, I think that that will
mhm,
go a lot farther in this day and age than
mhm,
a follow on Instagram or a like
mhm,
on a TikTok or something like that, because they're going to
mhm,
understand who you are as an individual and what
mhm,
you stand for.
mhm, and want to be a part of that.
Yes, they want to be a part of that. I
Mhm,
think everyone at the end of the day knows what they're missing, but they don't know where to find it.
mhm,
And if you can be even just a little bit of that person's story and helping them find it, I think that that means a lot more to the kingdom. I think that means a lot more to our community. I think that means a lot more to our world, because our world is such a sad, dark place a lot
mhm,
of the times. And I think that there needs to be more people who are outspoken about their faith, even if it's just to someone who doesn't know, or a
mhm,
smile. I think that's what Ike's been teaching me, is that because he wasn't raised in the church. He was raised Jewish. And so he goes,
mhm,
I understand what it means to kind of not communicate with non believers, but I understand what they're looking for. I
mhm,
understand what they need and how they feel. And even if it's just not even bringing Jesus's name up, but giving them a kindness and a love that only they can understand is from Jesus or from something that's greater than us, then
mhm,
that will at least spark that conversation. And I think that in the theater world and the arts world and journalism, everywhere, I think people
mhm,
are needed for that. So I applaud you for that.
mhm.
So thank you.
Thank you. Mhm.
Um, what is Jesus doing in your life right now, if you don't mind me asking? Is there anything
Us
that you can kind of share?
hmm, I think, again, I just finished physical therapy on Friday, a 6-month recovery. So, I think Jesus is moving in my life in such beautiful ways, and like I said earlier about the chapters, I think I just finished a really big chapter in my life, and I'm gonna be starting a new one. And even though that's scary and starting something is new, change is never comfortable, but I'm aware of the change and I know it's going to happen, and I cannot wait to see where God leads me next because it's just going to be so beautiful in the way that it all works out. And He's always working and He's always doing something. And yes, the still moments in life where you think everything's so peaceful and so calm, and you're like, God, like, thank you for this. Like, I'm finally at this, like, still point. Yeah, it's gonna change, like, next week.
Oh yeah.
But being aware of that, and, like, you know what? God gave me this beautiful few days where I can recognize that, like, He's brought me to this beautiful place in life. It's gonna happen again.
Oh
Who
yeah.
knows when? But it will happen. And I don't know, just to know that I always have God leading me wherever I am and like bringing people into my life to fill my heart. I just think everything that He does is so beautiful.
I saw something on social media from another lady who was speaking on a podcast, and she goes, I don't think you can ever miss out on what Jesus has for you if you're seeking Him. You're not going to miss out
Mhm.
on that job. You're not going to miss out on that opportunity. And I just hear and see that in your story, that you're never going to miss out on an opportunity or a role or
Mhm.
where you're supposed to be in your sorority or moving forward after college because you are clearly seeking what God has for you. And I think that that's so special. And I think people really truly needed to hear that. So thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I miss you.
Mhm.
I'm so excited that I get
I
to see
miss
you
you
so
so much.
soon. I
Christmas!
know.
I'm
Christmas.
so excited.
Also, just our family was chaotic, but I like how you said at the beginning, it was so loving. And it was just a way that we were raised was in such
Mhm.
a loving Christian household for both of us.
Mhm.
If you guys don't know, our dads are brothers. So that
Yeah.
is, I used to be a register if you guys knew me, but I just
Mhm.
got married in May. Um, and so our dads are brothers, but I think just even their childhood, I've heard stories, was in such a loving home with our grandparents. And I
Mhm.
really think that it's just showed in our lives and in their lives, and I hope in our kids' lives one day, how much
Mhm.
just God has truly transformed and blessed us that then we can carry on that tradition.
Mhm. Yeah, I 100% agree because I feel like some families don't grow up as close with each other, especially cousins. Like, I like people talk about their cousins. I'm like, you're not close with your cousins. Like, I've like done everything with my cousins, like every holiday with my cousins. Like, some of my like fondest family moments, like my cousins are there, my uncles and aunts are there, like grandma, grandpa. Like, it's like I'm so blessed that I have that. And it's like you don't realize it until you realize it. You're like, wait, I have this beautiful thing that I haven't really like fully appreciated. And I think college really taught me that because I'm like, wait, like, why am I so excited for like Thanksgiving? Like, we do Thanksgiving every year the same way, but it's like, no, I'm excited to see everybody that I love.
No, I'm with you on
Mhm.
that. I think high school and college kind of taught me like there are so many different ways of life. And I
Mhm.
think that I'm not saying St. Luke's kind of sheltered me. I'm so grateful for that.
Mhm.
But everyone I felt like kind of was the same there in a little bit. Like we were raised in a Christian household, you were raised Lutheran.
Mhm.
Um, thank goodness moms and dads were still together, great families. But you
Yeah.
get to college and it's like, oh no, my parents are divorced, or oh no, I haven't seen my dad in months, or I don't have any relationships with any of my siblings. And it kind of
Mhm.
just hits you where it's like, oh, like I was kind of living within a sheltered bubble. I'm so grateful for that, Jesus. But
Mhm.
like you said, you don't really appreciate what you have until you see sadly what other people don't, but we can be able to actually lend a hand and be able to pray for them in that, which I think is
Mhm.
so beautiful. But no, I'm with you. When I've met people who are like, no, my cousin lives like 2,000 miles away and I don't think I've seen them in like 5 years. Like that was
Mhm.
Ike at our wedding. He goes, I haven't seen some of these people in like 4 or 5 years, and they were his cousins. And I was
Mhm.
like, how? I go, we do every Christmas together. We do
Mhm.
every Thanksgiving together. We did Easter together. We would see
Mhm.
each other at church. Like that doesn't make any sense to me how that's
Mhm.
possible. It doesn't. But I think that's going to be really cool when we all have kids of our age, our kids of
Mhm.
our own, and we can bring them to our Thanksgivings and Christmas, and they can eat lasagna. And I
The
hope Mama's
lasagna.
not listening to this, Not the biggest fan of lasagna, but I'm ready to eat it for her.
No,
Ah,
not the biggest fan of lasagna.
neither is my brother. I'm gonna throw both of us under the bus right now.
Oh my gosh, no way. Wait, then why is lasagna a thing?
Because Aunt Cheryl, okay, so I know two things. Aunt
Okay, like
Cheryl can have it
unpacking.
because of vegetarian.
Okay.
And so she makes a vegetarian one and then a meat one. And
Uh,
second is that she said she started making it when we were younger so then she could come watch us open presents and like spend time with family while it was cooking because it would just take forever. Like you would just make it and then place it in the oven. And my brother goes, she doesn't even get out of the kitchen now when she's making it and come spend time with us. So why can't we just
yeah.
cook something else for the first?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
He actually does never leave the kitchen. That
No,
is
I may
really
need to
true.
cut this out because I don't want to offend anyone. But I love
Hey,
our
the
Christmas
cheesy bread though. The
tradition.
cheesy bread.
Oh, the cheesy bread and the
Uh-huh.
bratwurst. My brother misses the bratwurst. I don't know if she made those last year, but
I don't know. I don't eat bratwurst.
okay. That was
But we can
always
put in
what my
like a
brother ate
special
last year.
request. Like, hey, like make sure you make the bratwurst and more cheesy bread.
All the cheesy
Please.
bread in the world, please.
Literally me. Like that's what I look forward to. I have an Instagram account called Cheesy Bread. Well, I actually spelt it wrong. It's Chesy Bread because me and Bennett, another one of our cousins, we thought I was gonna go TikTok famous on Christmas one year, and it was a year our grandma always gives us something with like M&Ms in it, and there's usually like a gift card in it. And one year she gave us like a mason jar and it had like M&Ms or something in it. And we made a TikTok where like I jumped into the jar and like disappeared and like Bennett put the lid on and like moved it away. And we made a TikTok account called Chesy Bread because we both spelt it wrong. I was in middle school to be fair. Like this was like right before COVID too.
I think I
Like the
remember this.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And I did not go viral at all. Like I probably got like 2 likes. But I kept the account. I still have the account. Like I love this account. I cherish this account. Like Chesy Bread. Like all my friends are like, oh yeah, Chesy Bread. Because it's like a part of my personality now. So like grandma's cheesy bread has like impacted me in such a strong way.
Is Bennett TikTok famous? Because I feel like he is. Like I've seen him all over my For You page.
Yeah, he was like really TikTok famous like during like COVID time. Like he had like a Disney account where
Yes.
like he would like post facts, but like now he doesn't use it anymore. And I remember he like made like a trending TikTok audio and I was like, this is my cousin.
You're like,
Yeah, this guy right here, my cousin.
my cousin. I'm related to him. He
Yeah.
comes to my Thanksgiving.
He also my Thanksgiving's crazy. He
Well, how
comes to my
was
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving with everyone?
It was really nice. I love Amanda. Like, I don't think you understand. Like, I kept asking my dad, I'm like, is Amanda coming to Thanksgiving? Because I met her at your wedding. And I was so, like, nervous. Okay. I was nervous coming to your wedding because since I am the youngest, I was like, shoot, like, am I not gonna, like, find anyone to talk to? Like, I was like, I have really bad social anxiety. So I, like, really think about this stuff. And I was like, oh, like, what if like I don't talk to anyone and like I'm in the corner, like, and then Jordan was there, and I was like, oh, score. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know why that didn't occur to me that Jordan and Paige were gonna be there. Like, that did not click in my head. I was like, shoot, like, I'm gonna be so young, and
Not any of my other cousins, just
yeah.
you.
Yeah, just me. Like, no one else, just me was gonna be there. I overthink a lot of things.
No,
But the Jordan and
no,
Paige were
I'm the
there.
same way.
hmm
Go listen.
But,
Jordan's. Yeah, well, go listen to Jordan's podcast. You can tell it's like an hour and 15 minutes of us overthinking everything in our lives. So
and that's so like, that's so honest and that's so real because, like, what is life if you're not overthinking? Like,
yeah,
I feel like life would be peaceful if you weren't overthinking.
it is. Ask my husband.
Does he not overthink?
No, he doesn't overthink anything. And just like, yeah, so this could happen and this could happen. He's like, why are you making up scenarios in your head that haven't happened yet? You're like,
Clocked you.
yeah,
Dang.
no. He was like, you're setting up an expectation for yourself. Like, it may not be met. And, like, that's okay. And I'm like, but
Aww.
you don't understand. Like, this could happen and this could happen and this. He goes, I heard you the first time. Like, it's okay. Like,
That's actually so sweet. It's like the like anxious yapper girlfriend, the calm, understanding boyfriend.
yeah. We'll sometimes sit at dinner and
Well, husband.
I'll be like, it's your turn to talk. And he goes, what? I was just listening to you talk this entire time. Like, I don't know what to say.
And that's such a perfect dynamic. Like,
It is.
perfect
Thank you.
dynamic.
He'll be at Christmas too, of course.
Yay! I haven't really got to like talk to him. Like at the wedding, I talked to him a bit.
You'll get to.
I'm excited.
You'll
Yay!
get to. No, Amanda, backtrack to Amanda. She was just here at my house this morning, actually.
Really?
Yeah, because I was filming with one of her friends, Lily, which is really sweet. But she's just so funny, and I love it because she puts my brother in his place, but in such a funny, loving way. And I
Yeah.
just think it's hilarious. And I'm like, thank you, Amanda, because I'm not there to do my sister duties, but I feel like you're kind of filling in for me as the girlfriend right now.
Mm-hmm. And it's so perfect. Like their dynamic like evens it out so well. Like
I
they
know.
just work so well together.
It's weird. It's like not weird because I know that like everyone like it's perfect and I know that I truly believe God is in that. But it's so weird because like she has a peanut allergy, is half Jewish, and her parents I learned had her in their 40s. My husband is half Jewish, has a peanut allergy, and they had him in their late 40s. And I told Ike all this, and he goes, "You're just playing a prank on me. Like, none of that is true." And I texted Ryan, and he was like, "No, that's all true." And I was like, "This is kind of creepy."
That's actually insane.
I know.
Like talk about God working. No,
I
he set up
know.
like exact matches.
I know.
That's insane.
I know. But,
Uh-uh. But
but yeah, but that
shows compatibility.
no, literally,
Mm-hmm.
literally, no, it's so crazy. But thank you again for coming on our podcast.
Of course, I loved it.
Yeah, no, I'm just so grateful that so many people, family wise, friend wise, are listening, enjoying it, but also want to be a part of it and share their testimony because God has so much more for each and every person on this planet, like we were talking about. Whatever, if you're in theater or art or in music or in journalism, God is moving in your story if you don't believe it or not. And so this podcast was kind of just a platform that I wanted to get people that are ordinary people like us to be able to kind of get our stories out there. We don't have millions of followers, but we don't need millions of followers to tell people about Jesus and what he's doing in our lives. So thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Happy 2026 again, which I feel like is so weird to say.
Yeah, that's insane.
2026. That's so weird to say. I'm gonna be 26 in a couple weeks, which
But it's gonna be better. Like
it's gonna
this
be
year's
better.
gonna be so great.
It's my golden birthday. I turned 26 on January 26th of 2026.
Oh, that's perfect. That is so perfect.
I know, and I have my mom coming on the podcast for that week.
Wait, my golden. Oh wait, no, it's not my golden birthday. I take that so back. I was like, wait, I'm turning 20 on July 20th.
In 2026.
In 2026.
But that's still really cool though.
In 2026.
You're gonna be 20.
I know. Isn't that crazy? They grew up so quick.
I forgot Jordan was 20 when she was just here in October.
Really?
And I was like, "You're 20?"
Wait.
She's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "No, you're not."
That was like me at the wedding. I was like, she's getting married. I started crying during the wedding. Fun fact. When you were doing vows, I was like
You're like the 50,000th person that said that. They're like, "We weren't crying until your vows, or we weren't crying until the prayer time. None of us were." Yeah.
the tears were breaking. I was like, gotta stay
I'm
locked
just up there,
in.
like, laughing my little head off, like, ha ha.
Everyone's like all you hear is like sniffles like echoing through, and you're like, is it like pollen? Like, is people like allergies?
Ike and I were just like laughing the entire time. We were like, okay, like we're just really awkward up here because everyone's watching us. We've already cried once today, and we'll probably
Mhm.
cry at another point, but we're not gonna cry in front of our family and friends right now.
Yeah. Now it's their turn to cry.
Yes, it's their turn to cry. Yes.
Yeah.
No, but everyone's growing up, and I
Mhm.
love it because everyone is just such on the path that God has had for them. So I love that and seeing where everyone's
Mhm.
going. But
Mhm.
I hope everyone has a great rest of your week. Happy
Mhm.
again 2026. It's gonna be a good year. Julia just prophesied over us that it's gonna be a really good year. So I'm
I
with her
believe
on that. So
it.
have a great rest of your day, guys. Bye.
Bye.